Hi friends, let me start the first topic in our Python language fundamentals. Okay, so first language fundamentals, next input and output statements, operators, flow control, like almost around 25 topics we are going to discuss, right? But please make sure you people should have clear clarity about one point, sir. So if you aware the first basic classes very confidently, if you are getting perfection in basic concepts, then the remaining concepts will become very easy for you. That's why first 4 or 5 units, something like language fundamentals, operators, flow control, these kind of things better to have clear clarity. Automatically remaining things will become very easy for you people, right? Okay, so now the first topic, language fundamentals, right? This is the topic what I have to discuss. As a part of language fundamentals, okay, we have to talk about introduction. What is Python? Why the name Python? Why the name Python? Like sir, general syntax related things I will explain. Next, application areas of Python. Sir, where we can use this Python? Okay, next, features of Python. Either Python in the open source or not, platform independent or not, portable or not, like features of Python. Next, limitations of Python. Limitations, sir, where we can't use Python. Okay, like next, flavors of Python. Okay, multiple flavors are available for the Python, sir, as it is the open source, like Jython, Anaconda Python, Iron Python, like multiple flavors are there. I will explain. Next, sir, what are various versions? Python 2x, 2.x, Python 3.x, like we have to discuss about these version related issues, right? Next, identifiers concept we have to discuss, reserved words concept we have to talk, and then data types concept we have to discuss, right? Sir, under data types concept, almost around 14 data types we are going to discuss. Of course, all these things, fundamental data types I will explain, but all these things as a separate topics we are going to discuss in the next sessions also. But here basic idea about data types what we are going to use in Python, so we are going to discuss, right? Next, typecasting, how to convert from one type to another type, is it possible? Like, so this is the agenda related to our language fundamentals concepts, sir. Almost around around 10 hours we are going to discuss only about these things. That's why take a bit very special care to understand each and every point, sir. If you are very strong in the basics, then the remaining things will become so easily you can able to understand. The remaining things will become very easy. That's why please make sure you should have clear clarity. You require to spend much time on these basics, right? Okay, sir, let me talk about language fundamentals introduction part. Sir, first question I will ask, can you please tell what is a Python? Please respond. What is Python? Python, we are going to discuss Python almost around 2 months, 3 months time we are going to spend on this. What is Python? Please spell out. Can I use the word? It is what is Python? Don't tell, sir, this is one type of snake. Regarding, don't tell it is one type of snake. Sir, in our technical terminology, it is a programming language. Observe that it is the programming language, right? We can develop applications by using this language. It's a programming language. Okay, like small applications, web applications, like we can develop applications by using this Python. Sir, best example, you are using calculator application. I'm sure if you know Python, you can develop that calculator by using our Python language. What we are using, sir? Okay, Gmail application you are using, gmail.com. That Gmail application we can develop by using Python. Remember, so what is Python, sir? Python is a programming language. Okay, well, sir, now I can use the word Python is high level programming language. Are getting? Python is high level programming language. Then immediately you may ask, what is high level? High level means programmer friendly language. we are not required to worry about low level things. Are you getting right? It is a programmer friendly language, not a mission friendly language. Remember this one, sir. It's not mission friendly, programmer friendly. Programmer, by simply seeing the code, he can understand, he can write the code very very easily, right? It is a programmer friendly language but not a mission friendly language. Remember, low level activities. So being a programmer, we are not required to worry. Sir, what it means? Here observe that if I can take A is equal to 10, I am taking 10, B is equal to 20, I am taking, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to 30 30. If A greater than B, else 40 I am taking. 30, if A greater than B, else 40 I am taking. Print C, sir. Are you getting print of C? Sir, here, do you know, if I can take this code, are you in the position to understand this code? Okay, you are not required to have any programming knowledge. Remember this one. You are not required to have any programming knowledge. Just observe A is equal to 10. Oh, the value of A is the 10. B is equal to 20. The value of B is the 20. C is equal to 30 if A greater than B. 30 if A greater than B. Else 40, sir. So A, what is the value of A? 10. 10 greater than 20. No, 10 is greater than 20 fails. So if it satisfied 30, otherwise it is 40. Then obviously, what is the value of C, sir? The value of C, we are going to get what? 40. Sir, if you have the kid, can you please show these 4 lines of the code to your kid? Array, can you tell what thing is happening? What thing is happening? Any person without having any programming knowledge, I'm sure, sir, that person can able to understand. Okay, this type of thing is called high level programming language. Remember that. What is the high level programming language? So just a programmer friendly. He can understand very easily. He can write very easily, right? Okay, well, sir, next low level activities are there. Memory management, next destroying objects, next security. These things will take care by my language itself. Being programmer, we are not required to worry. Such a type of languages are by default considered as high level programming languages. C language, C++, Java, next Python, C#, all these are high level programming languages, right? Then immediately you may have the doubt, sir, you are writing just 4 lines of the code. Is really Python code? Is it going to work? Is it going to work? Yes, believe me, it is really Python code, sir. It is going to print 40 are the answer. If you want, observe a bit very carefully. Sir, same lines of the code I want to show so that you people can feel more comfortable, right? Sir, what is the code? A is equal to 10. What I am trying to take? B is equal to 20. C is equal to 30. If A greater than B, else sir 40 I am taking. Else I am taking 40. Print of C. That's all. Don't worry, sir. All these lines of the code we will explain in the next sessions very clearly. Just better to get the basic idea, sir. Okay, well. Now let me run this code. Sir, I have to save this code as test.py. Okay, means that so it is the Python file. Remember that I saved this code as test.py. I saved, sir. Now let me run this code, sir. Okay, let me go to that location. I saved this file inside d:/Durga classes. Okay, py test.py. Okay, we have to use py or otherwise Python test.py. Hey Python, can you please execute my test.py? Python, can you please execute my test.py? Like this, right? A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to 30. Like sir, this is if I execute this code, what is the answer by default you are going to get, sir? Simple 40 itself is the answer we are going to get. Take a bit very special care. So means that don't get shocked. It is perfectly valid code only. Okay, this type of code is called high level programming language code. Programmer can can understand very easily, programmer can write very easily, low level things like memory management, security, these kind of things my Python is going to take care. So this type of language is called high level programming language. Are you in the position to understand, right? Okay, one thing. Next, one more, observe that carefully, sir. It is a general purpose. It is the general purpose. It is the general purpose high level programming language. So what is the meaning of programming language? Which can be used to develop programs. Next, high level means programmer friendly. Programmer friendly. General purpose means, do you know, Python is not specific to particular area. Happily you can use for any type of applications, right? Desktop applications, web applications, next data science applications, machine learning applications, like everywhere happily you can use. It is a general purpose high level programming language. Itself is nothing but Python. Everyone can aware? Yes, friends. So only 3 words I covered. What is the first one? What is the first one? General purpose. For any type of application, happily we can use Python. High level means programmer friendly. Low level activities, we are not required to worry, like memory management, security, like. Next, programming language, which can be used to develop programs. This is nothing but Python, sir. Okay, well. Sir, now, who developed Python? Who developed Python, sir? Very, very simple. Do you know there is who is the father of Python? Okay, who provides food for most of the programmers across worldwide, like me and like you. Now everyone talking about Python means the person who created this Python. Who is the father of Python, sir? That person is here. Just observe. Can you please read this one? Can you please read? Guido Van Rossum. Are you getting? Guido Van Rossum. This person developed Python. So in which year? First, I want to show his face once, because our career, our life is going to be settled with this Python language. Compulsory we have to see and we have to get the salute, man, because that person provided food for us. Okay, have a look once. I saved one image. This person image. Have a look once, man. Okay, the person who introduced Python, who is the creator of the Python? Yes, sir, these persons are Guido Van Rossum. Observe that a bit carefully, sir. Great person who developed world the topmost easy simplified programming language. This person only. He is called Guido Van Rossum. Okay, well, sir, when this person developed Python programming language, sir, here there is one small point is there, sir. Until last year, okay, I learned only Java, C++, Java. We never heard about Python, especially in India. We never heard about Python. Okay, like, but suddenly Python, okay, now the people are start learning. Obviously, Python is the new programming language. Java is the old programming language. Some people are going to feel like this. Remember this one, sir. So, Java came in 1995. Remember this one. Sir, Java came in which year? 1995, sir. 1995, and officially released in 1996, sir. Remember. Next, Python, when this Python came, sir, 1989 only. Remember this one, 1989 only. So here means that it is the old language even than Java also. Remember, Java came in 1995 or 1996, sir, but Python came in 1989. It is the old language, right? Then immediately you may have the doubt, sir, why suddenly it became popular? Yes, I will explain the reason also. Just observe. So who developed Python language? Guido Van Rossum developed Python language. In which year, sir? 1989. Clear, right? Okay. Sir, while working in National Research Institute in Netherlands. in Netherlands. So this person Guido van Rossum worked in Netherlands National Research Institute. While working there, he developed a Python programming language. Sir, in which year this was happened, sir? 1989. Remember that. So even it is developed in 1989, but it's not released to the public immediately. In 1991, sir, Python made available to the public. Happily you can use this programming language, you can develop the programs, right? So officially Python released into the market in 1991. The official date of birth for Python is February 20th 1991, the great day when the Python was introduced to the public, introduced to the market. February 20th 1991, official date of birth for the Python. Friends, is it clear for all of you, right? Who introduced the Python, in which year this Python got developed, next officially when it released to the market. So it is developed by Guido van Rossum in 1989 while working in National Research Institute, Netherlands. But officially this Python made available to the public in 1991. February 20th 1991 is the official date of birth for the Python. Up to this, any doubt? Clear, right? Now immediately you may have the doubt, sir, Python came in 1989, but suddenly why in the 2019 very popular, sir? Why it became popular? Everyone talk about this, why it became trending language, right? Sir, very simple example I will discuss. The market requirements keep on changing time to time. Market trends keep on changing time to time. Sir, now current market situation is everyone talks about simple language, easy to understand, sir. Simple. I want a simple language which is easy to understand. Regarding easy to understand, I want this type of language. Next, second one, I have to write very less code. Regarding I have to write which codes are very less code to fulfill my requirement. This very less code is also known as concise code. Very less code is also known as concise code. I want concise code. Okay, like next third one, sir. Very important. Next third, I want these days everyone talks about, sir, here artificial intelligence, next and after that machine learning, next deep learning, neural networks, that is the data science, data analysis, like everyone talks about this. So for current trending market requirements, even, sir, do you know IoT also? These days the most commonly used IoT also, right? So for these trending requirements, best suitable programming language is the Python, sir. So now for these requirement, current market requirement, so what the best suitable programming language is the Python. That's why these days Python became popular and more popular. Everyone can. So you have some diamond is there, but when there is a value for that diamond, yes, if a market requirement is good for that, then automatically this diamond value is growing. Sir, Bitcoin was there. Earlier Bitcoin, no one bought Bitcoin. But these days Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, like everyone talks about that. Automatically Bitcoin price got raised like anything. Of course, now government's banned, slowly its value is rising down. Okay, so means that current market trending requirements, which language is going to be best suitable? Python itself is the best suitable. That's why Python language became more popular. Everyone can able to understand, right? So 2 points I covered. What is Python? General purpose, high level programming language. Next, who introduced Python? Guido van Rossum introduced Python in 1989 while working National Research Institute in Netherlands. But officially, sir, Python made it available to the public in 1991. Official date of birth for Python, February 20th, 1991. Sir, why suddenly Python became popular, even it is the old programming language, but current market trending requirements, best suitable compatible language is the Python. That's why it became more popular when compared with other languages. Up to this, any doubt about this? In the last video, we covered clearly what is Python, who introduced Python, what is the official date of birth for Python. Now I will explain. Sir, if you want to learn Python, what are various prerequisites are there? Sir, I don't know anything about programming. Can I learn Python or not? Sir, I know testing. I know manual testing. So can I learn Python or not? Sir, I'm coming from network background, no programming knowledge. Can I learn Python or not? Sir, these type of questions in my offline sessions, online sessions are very, very common, sir. So just aware only one point. If you want to learn Python, what thing is required? What prerequisite? What existing knowledge is? Simple, nothing. Remember this one. You are not required to know anything. If you know something, then it may be the problem. Remember that. You are not required to know anything to learn Python. Just are you in the position to read English statements or not? Okay. If you can read English, that thing is more enough to learn Python. Okay, that's all. So that's why even school kid also can learn Python, can write programs by using Python. That's why don't worry, sir. If you want to learn Python, if you have the kids, better to bring those kids also. If you are getting some doubt, your kid can clarify that doubt. Okay, that much easy programming language is the Python. Sir, orally you can tell any number of words, but can you please show some example? Really, is that much easy or not? Yes, man. Okay. If you learned any programming language, what is the first application? Hello world application. Correct or not? What is the first application we have to discuss? Hello world application. Sir, in C language, how many lines of the code we have to write to print hello world to the console? If it is the Java, if it is the Python, just I will show, sir. Example 1. To print hello world to the console. Sir, if you go for C language code, okay, here do you know main, of course, C language code if you want, here hash include stdio.h. Sir, I don't know about this, not required. We are just, I'm showing, just see the basic difference. Sir, like now I'm taking main method, main function, like here just my requirement is print f of hello world, like this we have to take. That's all. This is the code related to C programming language, and we have to compile this code and we have to run this code, then hello world will be printed to the console. Assume that, sir. Sir, oddly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of the code I wrote. Okay, excellent. Now if I consider Java code, what we have to write in Java to print hello world, sir? Very simple. Public class test. In Java, everything we have to write inside a class because it is object-oriented programming. Public class test, and then public static void main method. Public static void main method string array args. Public static void main string array args, and then system dot out dot println, system.out.println. Here we have to take hello world, like this I'm taking, sir. Hello world, and then I have to compile this code, I have to run this code. So to compile, most of the people already aware, Java C test.java, the code is going to compile. Once the code compile, Now Java test. Are you getting? Once the code compile, Java test, this is. Now you can see hello world to the console, right? So if this is the Java code, what I have to write? To print hello world. Just let me show, sir. Now instead of writing orally, let me show that output also. Matter of 1 minute. Have a look once. I have to write Java code. Okay, don't worry. Even you don't know Java, I want to teach Java. You are not required to worry, sir. So public class test I'm taking. Next and after that public, okay, static void main method. Public static void main and then string array accept. Okay, like now system dot out dot println of hello world. Of hello world, like this I'm taking, sir. Hello world, like, sir. Now let me save this code as tester.java, like this I took, sir. Tester.java. Now let me go to the console. Okay, Java C tester.java. We have to compile. Yes, the code compiles fine. Java tester, okay, like happily hello world will be printed to the console. Okay, how many lines of the code we require to write to do this? Almost around 7 lines of the code, 7 or 8 lines of the code we have to write. Okay, well, so now if it is the Python, how many lines of the code we have to write? How many lines of the code we require to write? Okay, if it is the Python, sir, can you please guess? If it is the C language, almost 4 or 5 lines. If it is the Java language, almost around 7 lines of the code we wrote. Can you please confirm? If it is the Python, how many lines of the code is required? Only 1 line. Only 1 line. What is that line? Is print of hello world. Are you getting? Print of hello world. That's all. Okay, semicolon is also optional. Print of hello world, like this, right? Only 1 line itself is enough. We are not required to compile, just run, that's all. Okay, how you can run, sir? Python test.py. Assume that I saved this line inside test.py, Python test.py, or shortly in some systems we can take py test.py also will work, sir. Okay, either this command or this command. Instead of Python, you can take just a py. Happily it's going to run. Okay, let me show this one, sir. Okay, here have a look once, sir. I have test.py is there. In that print hello world, like this I'm taking, sir. Hello world, like no semicolon. Next, instead of double quotes, you can take single quotes also acceptable. Okay, happily, do you know? Just I want to compile Python test.py, yes, hello world, or py test.py, hello world is the answer we are going to get. Have you observed, right? Now, just to print hello world, if it is the C language, how much code we have to write? If it is the Java, how much code? If it is the Python, how much code we have to write? Only 1 line. So, if you show this code to your kid, okay, you are a school student, some 3rd standard, 4th standard kid is there. Sir, can you please explain about this code? Like you can ask your kid, Dad, what you are doing? Are you getting? Dad, what you are doing? I didn't get anything. Array, what is public? What is class? What is test? What is public? Static, void, main, string array. Like he may not. So if any kid coming to learn programming language, if I show in the first class, this is the hello world program, like do you know what will happen here? That kid will run like anything. I don't want this programming I don't want this programming like. But if you show this line, array, this is the simple, it is the easy way of programming, definitely that kid can be, yes, easily can able to understand, like. So when compared with any other language, either C language or Java language, C++ or your C#.net, okay, the easiest programming language is the Python language, man. Okay, how many lines of the code we have to write? Please confirm, how many lines of the code I wrote? Only 1 line. That is what the concise code. Are you getting? That's what concise code. Not only hello world program. In every area, Python is always showing, yes, some kind of mechanism, some benefit when compared with other languages, right? Easiness, concise code, library support makes Python as more popular these days. Remember, are you in the position to understand, right? Simple hello world program. Let me go for one more example. what I want to take is array to print sum of two numbers. That's about my requirement. Are you getting? I have two numbers are there. To print sum of two numbers I require to print. Okay, have a look once, sir. I will go for that. Sir, I want to print the sum of two numbers. This is my next program. If it is the C, how we can write the code? Java, what is the code? Python, what is the code? So that is really Python is the beautiful programming language or not, you can able to observe, sir. Observe carefully. In C language, what's my requirement, sir? The sum of two int values I want to print. Okay, well, sir, here I'm taking hash include, okay, stdio.h. stdio.h. Next, main method like some people may have the doubt, sir, you didn't keep return type. Default return type is int. Sir, if you are not writing return 0, automatically is going to take care. We are not required to worry. Main, sir, in that I'm declaring int a comma b. How many variables I declare? Two variable. Both variables are what type? Int type. Int values, right? Now a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. What is that, sir? Can you please tell? A is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, like. Now print f. The sum is percentage d, comma, the sum percentage d, comma, a plus b I have to take, sir. A plus b, like I have to take, end of the main method. Getting right? This is the code we have to write. If you want to print the sum of two numbers a and b, first we have to declare variables and then assign some values and then try to print, sir. Simple program only. If it is the Java, for the same requirement, how we can write the code? Requirement is the same. How you can write the code, sir? Very simple. If it is the Java based, have a look once, sir. Class test, of course, public class test, public static void main method, public static void main string array args. I have to declare two variables a and b, int a comma b. I have to declare two variables a and b, int a comma b. Next, a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. Okay, just I declare a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. Now, system.out.println, okay, the sum is plus, because println is always going to take only one argument. Okay, the sum is a plus b, like this I'm taking. End of this one. Do you know how many lines of the code we wrote? Multiple lines of the code, sir. So we have to declare and we have to initialize and then we are going to take the print sum. Let me execute this code. Matter of 1 minute, right? Observe carefully. I hope already the skeleton is there with me, sir. Public class. Here I'm just declaring two variables a and b. A is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. Next, here the sum. Regarding here, the sum is plus a plus b I'm taking, sir. That's all. This is about my requirement. Let me compile this code. I hope this is the Java code, sir, to print the sum of two numbers. This is the Java code. Let me compile this code. Yes, friends, Java C test.java and then Java test. What the answer we are going to get? The sum 30 is the answer we are getting, sir. Okay, well, this is the Java code what we have to write to print the sum of two numbers. How much code we have to write? Compulsory the person should aware what is class, what is main method, and then what is the system.out.println, like all these things must be required. But if it is our Python, our hero is coming, sir. If it is the Python, okay, Python, can you please spell out how many lines of the code I have to write? Listen very carefully, sir. Here, have you observed what is the first line we wrote? Int a comma b and then a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. Declare. Here in Python, I am taking a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. print of the sum, print of the sum a plus b, I'm taking that, sir. A is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, print of the sum a plus b, like this I'm taking. That's all. We are not required to write big code. Just only 2 or 3 lines of the code is more enough. Let me execute this one. Have a look once. Here, see this one. Here I'm taking a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, print of the sum a plus b. Are you getting? Print of the sum a plus b. Let me run this code, sir. Let me run this code. Py test.py. Are you getting? Py test.py. Can I get the same output or not? Yes, sir. This is the same output, right? Okay, like. So how many lines of the code we require to write? Only two or 3 lines, right? Sir, even I can combine these 2 lines into a single line also. Are you getting? Even we can combine these 2 lines into a single line also. What is that, sir? A comma b is equal to, observe carefully, a comma b is equal to 10 comma 20. No other language is going to accept this type of syntax like C or C++ or Java. A comma b is equal to 10 comma 20. So this 10 will become value of a, 20 will become value of b. Okay, like, let me do this. Here, observe carefully. Instead of a comma b is equal to 10 comma 20. 10 comma 20, that's all. The sum a plus b. Have a look once. The sum 30. You people may feel sorry showing old output only again. Let me change something. 100 comma 200. A value 100, b value 200. The sum a plus b means 300 is the answer we are going to get, sir. Are you seeing, right? So this is the biggest advantage of Python programming, sir. How beautiful it is. With very less code, we can do n number of activities. That's what you people should aware. What is the Python? So to learn Python, what prerequisite is there? Is nothing, sir. You should be in the position to read English statements. That's all. It's not like a program. It is something like reading English statements. Okay, like English statements, but not programming code. Okay, well, sir, by seeing this code, immediately some people may have the bigger doubt. Observe carefully, sir. In C language, do you know, you declare 2 variables a and b of what type? Respond, man. What type? Integer type. We declare 2 variables of what type? Integer type. Here also, we declare 2 variables of what type? Integer type. Integer type. In Java also we declare. But here, I didn't declare a and b. A and b are what type? We didn't declare. So, sir, in Python, is it not required to declare the type? Type concept is not applicable? Like you may ask. Very, very simple. Type concept applicable in Python. Sir, int, float, these types are there in Python. But we are not required to declare type explicitly. Such a type of headache is not there. So means whenever we are assigning some value, based on your provided value, automatically type will be considered. Remember this one, sir. Automatically type will be considered based on your runtime provided value. Such a type of programming language is called dynamically typed programming language. Remember that, sir. So in Python, we are not required to declare the type explicitly. Based on your provided value, automatically type by default will be considered. This type of programming language is called what? Dynamically typed programming language. Dynamically typed programming language. Can you please give an example? Which are dynamically typed programming languages? Best examples are Python, JavaScript, etc. Multiple languages, right? So type declaration headache, such type of things are not there, okay, in Python. But in Java, compulsory each and every variable should be declared with a type. Without a type, you can't use any single variable also. Such type of programming languages are statically typed programming languages. Are you getting right? What is this one? Statically typed programming languages. Best examples are C language, C++, Java. These are things are statically typed programming languages. So one more important point, sir. Okay, type edX also not there in Python. Any doubt? So are you going to learn easy programming language or difficult programming language? Sir, any prerequisite is required to learn Python? Nothing, sir. If you don't know anything, well and good. If you know something, then it may be the problem. Are you getting? Sir, I'm not having any programming knowledge. Can I learn Python? Yes, you are the best person to learn Python, man. Sir, I know Java. Can I learn Python? Yes, you can learn. But every time you are going to compare Python with Java, then obviously you may get confusion. That's why. So don't worry at all. So to learn Python, nothing, no prerequisite is required. Easily you can learn. That's why. So do you know? So for the beginner, yeah, the first programming language, if you want to learn, better to go forward. Yes, friends. Yeah, the first programming language for the beginner, if you want to learn, better to go for Python. That's why in our colleges, first C language, next C++, Java like, but that style got changed. Now first Python, after that any other language. Okay, so easy programming language is the Python. In schools in India, there are some schools are there, CBSE central syllabus, 8th standard or 9th standard Python programming language is there in schools. Remember, not in at least intermediate +2 also. In the school itself, the subject is there. That much easy programming language you people are going to learn. So be ready to give left and right to the Python. Clear? Sir, just now I told dynamically typed. Based on runtime value, automatically type will be considered. Correct, right? Sir, can you please show some idea? We didn't get much clarity about this one. Can you please show some idea? Like you may ask. Very, very simple, sir. Do you know, in Java, if you consider, int just I'm taking a is equal to 10. Observe very carefully, sir. In Java, if I can take a is equal to 10, immediately error. Hey, what is the type of a? Where you declare the type. Okay, like immediately error we are going to get. Type compulsory we have to declare. Regarding otherwise errors are. But in Python, a is equal to 10. So Python virtual machine never going to object what is the type of a. Because, so which value you provided? 10. So based on 10, automatically type will be considered. Sir, where is the proof? How you can tell that? It is 10. It is the int type. How you can tell it is the int type? Very simple, sir. Print type of a. Can you please print a type of a? Type of a. Now it is going to tell that int type, sir. Remember this one. It is going to tell int type. Let me show this one. Have a look once, sir. Very, very carefully observe that. Here let me take a is equal to 10. Print of type of a. Print of type of a. Now observe carefully, sir. What is the answer? Class int type. It is what type? Int type. Int type, sir. Suppose instead of 10, if I can take 10.5. If I can take 10.5. 10.5 means float type. Float type. It is called float type. Next, sir, instead of 10.5, I am taking true like this, right? What is the type, sir? Bool type. Boolean. True. False means bool type. Like type will be considered automatically based on our provided value. Clear for all of you, right? Next, one more advantage I will tell, sir. What is that advantage is, in Java, if I can take int a is equal 10, observe carefully, int a is equal 10. Now a is what type? Respond. A is what type? Int type. What is the value? 10. Sir, now after some lines, a is equal to 10.5 I am taking, sir. In Java, a is equal to 10.5 I am taking. Java compiler will give left and right. Hey, it is int type. How you can assign double value? It is the int type. How you can assign double value? Like a compile time error. So throughout its lifetime, this a is always what types are? Int type only. Okay. But in Python, do you know what is the type of a? Int, sir. In the next line, a is equal to 10.5 I can take. Next line only, a is equal to 10.5. Now onwards, A is float type variable. If you want, you can print type of A. Type of A. Now you are going to get float type, sir. Okay. Next, after that, immediately I am taking A is equal to Durga. A is equal to Durga. It is the string type. Are you getting? Now onwards, A is acts as Durga. So throughout life, A is always in type. Throughout life, A is always float type. No such type of terminology. Whenever you are assigning different type of value, automatically type will be changed as per requirement. Are you getting? That's why same variable we can use with the multiple types possible, right? Okay, let me show this one. So A is equal to 10. I'm taking, sir. A is equal to 10. Print type of A. Now it is int type. Okay, well. Now after that, suddenly I'm taking A is equal to 10.5. 10.5. Print of type of A. Sir, same A only. Sir, once this line assigned, now onwards it will become float type. Now onwards it will become float type. Have you observed, right? Now onwards A will become float type. Now A is equal to Durga. I'm taking, sir. Print type of A. Print type of A. Now onwards it will become string type. Are you getting? str type. Str means what? String type, like this. Of course, all these types I will explain in detail. Don't worry, sir. So this is more easiness, more flexibility to the programmer. Not required to declare the type explicitly. Next, based on our requirement, you can use the same variable with different types also. That possibility is there. This nature is called dynamically typed programming language, which is the more flexible to the programmer. Clear, right? Now I will explain, sir, why Guido van Rossum selected the word Python. Okay, can you please guess why he selected the name Python for his programming language? Okay, he may select Guido language, Van language, or Rossum language, like why he selected Python? Can you please spell out? Sir, very simple. Very simple, sir. If you are fan of Sunny Leone, then automatically for your bike you will keep the name as Sunny. Are you getting? Something like if you are the fan of okay, just if you are very much impressed, you got impressed like anything, so maybe you are fan of some heroine or hero, so you are trying to use same names in your passwords, in your user IDs. It's a very common, right? The same way, this Guido also very much impressed with one fun show, comedy show. Okay, in Telugu we have Jabardasti, extra Jabardasti, like full comedy shows are there. In India, Coffee with Karan, like there are some programs are there, sir. Comedy shows, fun shows in the TV, like. So there was one fun show is there. Okay, sir, the name is the complete Monty Python's circus. The complete Monty Python's circus. Okay, like. So do you know, this is the comedy show which was broadcasted in BBC. Okay, 1969 to 1974. Okay, Guido very much impressed. Our Rossum very much impressed with this show. So it's a fun. Okay, like a fun show. From this, he selected the word Python to our programming language. Remember this one, sir. So, sir, why the word Python? Sir, because of snake or because of anaconda, like no such type of reasons, right? Why the word Python got selected? Okay, our who developer, our father of Python, this person very much impressed with this show, fun show, the complete Monty Python's circus. Okay, which was broadcasted in the BBC in 1969 to 1974. From this, the name Python came in the picture. Sir, not only this one, sir, for any name there is some story is there, sir. If you consider Java, Java. Sir, just only 2 minutes. I won't take much time. Java. Why the name Java came in the picture? Do you know James Gosley, who is the father of Java, sir? Why the name Java came in the picture? He is very, very simple, sir. Do you know? They used the word, they developed some language, programming language. They required some name. So what? In the building, just beside their window, there are oak trees are there, sir. Oak trees are there beside the window. Then automatically these developers thought that, James Gosling team thought that, array, we can keep oak name for our programming language. Like they decided oak as the name and went to the registration. But whenever they approach a registration, oak, this word already registered with some electronics company. Sorry, we can't give this name. Then automatically they have to choose other name. Then usually, so they will very much fancy. The James Gosley, who is the father of Java, they are very much fancy about one coffee flavor, coffee flavor. That coffee flavor name is Java. Are you getting that? Coffee flavor name is Java. That's why they choose the Java name for that programming language. Are you getting? Just based on the coffee flavor name they used. That's why the name Java came in the picture. Next, do you know, somewhere you may heard about Hadoop. Hadoop, sir. For the Hadoop, what is the logo for Hadoop? Hadoop, big data, man. Big data. What is the logo for Hadoop? Logo for Hadoop is, do you know, something like a yellow elephant with cap. Correct or not? Yellow elephant with cap. If you want to observe that. Okay, some people may not aware. So do you know Java logo? Java. Here if you observe Java logo. Observe that. So do you know this is the Java logo. Okay? The logo. This is the Java logo. Why? Because James Gosling team, they are always prefer Java flavor tea, Java flavor coffee. That's why they used this word Java. That's why logo. If you consider why coffee cup logo in Java, the reason you know, right? Hadoop. What is the Hadoop logo? If you consider Hadoop logo, are you seeing right? Yellow elephant. Are you seeing yellow elephant? You can see, sir, yellow elephant. Sir, who is the father of Hadoop? Who is the father of Hadoop, sir? Just cutting some names, sir. Yes, cutting. Dog, cutting is the name. Sir, do you know why this yellow color elephant came? Anyone, can you please tell the reason? Very simple. The reason for that is, sir, Hadoop means big data. Big data means elephant is the big animal. That's why the name. Hadoop, big elephant. That's why they selected elephant as the logo. No. So they are discussing about logo, which logo we have to keep and so on. So this cutting and is a team, just they are analyzing which logo we have to keep like. So whenever these people are thinking about that, suddenly this cutting is son, he is playing with a small yellow color elephant. Okay, he is playing with a small yellow color elephant toy. Okay, small toy, yellow color elephant toy is playing, sir. Okay, then immediately, why don't you keep this name? Why don't you keep this one as the logo for our Hadoop? Then automatically this person selected. Remember that. By mistake, if his kid is playing with a red color snake, maybe red color snake, maybe logo, sir. Okay, please make sure. So there are some reasons are there internally why the names are coming. So for Python, from where the name is coming, sir? The complete Monty Python's circus. From here the name came. Just if you want, here just have a look once, sir. What is the show name? Can you please spell out? What is the show name? The complete Monty Python's flying circus. Okay, the complete Monty Python's flying circus. If you observe that, these are various logos, right? Remember this one. These are various. So do you know these are various images related to that? Observe that carefully. These are various images. It's a simple fun show. Are you getting? This is the simple fun show, sir. You can see it is a simple fun show. Maybe, sir, in this, are you seeing Python? Friends, are you seeing Python? Python, like Python's like. So from here, the name Python came in the picture. That's all. This is the reason, right? Okay. Well, any doubt? Now I will explain very important special feature of the Python. What is that is? Observe carefully. If you consider C language, if you consider C programming language, can you please tell C is functional programming language? What is this one, sir? Can you please spell out? C is functional programming language. Functional programming language is the C, sir. If you consider C++ and Java, Java, these are object-oriented programming languages, C++ and Java. If you go for Perl, okay, Perl and shell script. If you go for Perl and shell script, these languages are scripting languages. Are you getting scripting languages, right? These are scripting languages. If you go for modular, okay, like these are scripting languages, right? C missing the benefits of object oriented because it is a functional programming language. Next, so if I can ask C, can you please provide support for inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, like C person is going to tell what all these things. I don't know, nonsense. I don't know, like. So because this person is not object oriented, it is missing the benefits of object oriented programming. If I can ask a C++ and Java, C++ person, okay, Java person, immediately, yes, I'm object-oriented programming language, so I can provide benefits of reusability, inheritance, code inheritance, next polymorphism, encapsulation, like all the things I can talk like. Array, can you please talk about functional programming like? If I can ask these people, sorry man, I can't. Sorry man, I can't. But slowly, Java, slowly lambda expressions, these functional, now these days these people talk, but actually they are not object functional programming languages. Next, scripting languages. These people, just a group of lines, one by one, we have to execute. That's all like this, right? So, every language having its own specific behavior. So, that specific paradigm benefits only they are going to get. Sir, what about Python? Is it functional programming? Or is it object-oriented programming? Or is it a scripting language, like you may have the doubt? Okay? Sir, very simple. While developing Python, okay, how the Python language, while developing Python, Guido borrowed functional programming features. Okay, functional programming features from C language. He borrowed functional programming features from C language. That's fine. So Python is a functional programming language. Okay, well. Sir, next, he borrowed object-oriented programming language features. Object-oriented programming language features from, can you please tell? While developing Python, whoops features, object-oriented features are borrowed from which programming language? Respond, man. Object-oriented programming features are borrowed from which language? Okay, don't tell Java, because at the time of developing Python, Java was not there. Remember, so borrowed from C++. Okay, that's why Python is object-oriented programming language. Next, he borrowed scripting language features. Scripting language features from Perl and shell script. That's why Python is a scripting language. Remember. Sir, next, he borrowed modular programming features. Sir, you are not required to worry about this one. It's almost we are not using anywhere, sir. Modular programming features from okay, Modula 3. Okay, these days almost outdated, no one is using. Don't worry, sir. So he borrowed modular programming features, right? Sir, now can Can you please tell, is the Python is the functional programming language, or object oriented programming language, or scripting language, or modular programming language? What the answer you have to tell, sir? Python is all rounder. Are you getting best word? Python is what? Yeah, please read. Python is what? All rounder. Python is everything, sir. It is a functional programming language, object oriented programming language, next a scripting language. Python acts as modular programming language also. Okay, Python is all rounder. Python can enjoy benefits of all these programming paradigms. Okay, like, sir, now theoretically, okay. Can you please show at least 2 or 3 minutes, sir, basic idea sake, what it means, right? Sir, anyway, this one is completely outdated. Don't worry, remaining 3 things. Sir, what is scripting language? What is the scripting language, right? Scripting language means a group of lines will be there. This group of lines will be executed one by one. No functions concept, no classes concept, just see a group of lines one by one is going to execute. Is nothing but scripting language, right? Now have a look once, sir. I'm taking here just a print Python as a scripting language. Python as a scripting language, like this, right? I took this one. So do you know, just a group of statements I'm taking, sir, almost 6 statements I'm taking. Like, if I execute this, first statement, second statement, third statement, like all these statements will execute one by one. No functions concept, no class concept, no object concept. Happily it is going to run, sir. Have you observed, right? Now this is, have a look once, sir. py tester.py. Yes, Python is scripting language, like happily it's going to run, sir. Okay, well, now my next requirement is, sir, I want to use Python yes, sir, like functional programming. Very simple. Define a function and write whatever the code you want and call that function based on your requirement. This is the C language approach, right? How you can do in Python. Okay, very simple. Observe carefully, sir. Here I'm taking def f1. I'm writing a function, sir. Print of Python as a functional programming language. Python as a functional programming language, like this I'm taking, sir. Okay, let me write a function. Here I write a function. Of course, this function contains 4 lines of the code. Now you can call this function based on your requirement any number of times. Okay, sir, I want to call this function f1. Now let me execute this code. Sir, observe, this is called declaring a function and this is called calling a function. Okay, now I want to call this function. Observe carefully, sir. Yes, Python as functional programming language, like this it's going to work, sir. Okay, well, sir, now I want to use Python as object oriented programming language like C++ or Java. So you can write a class. Within the class you can define a method, create, and then you can call the methods related to that class. Okay, object oriented programming, how you can. Observe carefully. Here I'm taking a class test. def m1 of self, print of Python as object oriented programming language, like this I'm taking, sir. Object oriented programming language, like this, sir, like I have. Now create an object. T is equal to test, sir. T.m1. Can you please create an object? T.m1, like so. That's all. So I'm defining a class. Within the class I'm writing a method. Next I'm creating an object for that class, and then I'm calling T.m1, means the method, right? Okay, like, sir, immediately you may have several doubts. Sir, what is self, sir? What is the def, sir? What is the class, like? All these things I will explain in detail. Don't ask these doubts now. Just for basic idea purpose I'm explaining. All these things we will discuss in detail next sessions. Don't worry, sir. Just get some idea. That's it. Okay, now let me execute this code. Let me execute this code. Python, yes, object oriented. Python is object oriented programming language, right? So now in the interview room, maybe a chance to ask the question. Array, what is Python? Is it functional programming language or object oriented programming or modular or scripting language? Like simple answer you have to tell. Python is, respond man, Python is all-rounder. Are you getting? Python is all-rounder. Python acts as, so every programming language paradigm. Python is a functional programming language. Python is object-oriented programming language. Python is scripting language. Python is modular programming language. Remember this one, sir. Next, most of the syntax used in Python are borrowed from, most of the syntax used in Python borrowed from C language and ABC language. Okay, C language and ABC language. So 1989 terminology this language, but these days people already forgot C and ABC languages. From these languages most of the syntax borrowed in Python. Clear for all of you, right? So what is Python? Next, which is syntax? What about programming paradigms? Clear? Sir, where we can use Python? Okay, I told already, Python is the general purpose programming language. In every application area, happily you can use Python, sir. Sir, now we can use Python to develop desktop applications. Are you getting? To develop desktop applications, right? Then immediately you must ask, sir, what is the desktop application? The applications which are running, standalone application, which are running in a single system are called what? Desktop applications, right? Best example, calculator is there. If you observe that, calculator is there, sir. So this calculator, sir, to work, this calculator program can run on a single system or not? Yes. 10 plus 20 itself is 30. We are getting. So here to execute, to run calculator, how many systems are required? Only one. Such type of applications happily we can develop by using Python, sir. Do you know? Develop calculator by using Python is a small mini project, a small application, right? Okay, well, sir, next we can develop web applications, right? Okay, we can develop web applications. Best examples are, we can develop web applications like Gmail application, blog application, online e-commerce applications like like Amazon, Flipkart. Next and after that, like blog applications, we can Gmail application, Facebook, like so we can happily develop web applications by using Python. There are multiple specially designed frameworks are there to develop web application. Flask, Pyramid, okay, like multiple frameworks are available, right? Okay, next even network applications also, Python networking, it's a very hot area, sir. Network applications also we can develop. Network applications also we can develop by using Python, sir. Okay, like chatting applications, client server applications, like we can do that. Next, do you know, sir, we can develop games also. There are several modules are available. Games development, happily we can use Python programming language. Next, for data analysis applications, right? Next, machine learning applications, deep learning applications, neural networks, artificial intelligence, IoT applications, like everywhere happily we can use Python programming language. So that's why it is a general purpose programming language. Clear for all of you, right? So where we can use Python? So desktop applications we can develop, web applications we can develop, network applications, games development, data analysis, okay, data science, IoT, artificial intelligence, like all these areas happily you can learn. Okay, this happily you can use Python. Sir, do you know in Amirpet somewhere in our regular courses, data science course is there. Data science through Python, data science through R language. Are you getting? By R language, by Python. Like Python is the best choice for data science applications also. That's why you should aware. Once you learn Python, yes, everywhere next level, yes, happily n number of opportunities by default will be there for you. You can enter into multiple domains. Okay, like next, which software companies are using Python? Okay, which companies are using Python, sir? Sir, Python used by Google, sir. Google using Python. Next, Yahoo using Python. Okay, Yahoo. Facebook using Python. Facebook using Python. Next, NASA using Python, sir. NASA itself. Next, do you know NASA itself is using? Next, Dropbox using Python. Netflix, okay, like multiple companies are using Python. Okay, so if you want, just have a look once, sir. I'm just searching in the Google. I want to just search in the Google saying top companies using Python. Okay, top companies using Python. Okay, like just I'm clicking this one, sir. Just searching for this. Now observe that. Okay, yeah, 8 world-class software companies using the Python. 8 world-class software companies that use Python. Have you observed? Just have a look once. Industrial, Light and Magic, Google, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Quora, Netflix, Dropbox, like they are using. Sir, if you observe images, like just I'm clicking images, right? Sir, in the images, you can see here. Have a look once, son. Have a look once here. If you are seeing this one, just do you know YouTube? The popular YouTube video sharing system is largely written in Python. Next, Google makes extensive use of Python in its web search system. Web search algorithms are there. There Python is going to play the role. Next, Dropbox storage service codes both its server and client software primarily in Python. Okay, Dropbox client and server both are developed by using Python. Okay, here Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi single board computer promote Python as its educational language. Remember. Next, sir, BitTorrent peer-to-peer, okay, file sharing system began its life as a Python program. Remember, NASA uses Python for specific programming task. NASA. Next, and after that, the NSA uses Python for cryptography and intelligence analysis. Okay, just do you know security, National Security Agency, right? Sir, next, Netflix and Yelp, like so every company itself is using Python, sir. Next, if you go for another thing, sir, do you know? Sir, can you please have a look once about these things, right? Almost, do you know? Almost around 20 to 30 companies are covered in this slide. Top companies using Python. Okay, Amazon, Uber, IBM, like so almost all the companies, Red Hat, Yahoo, Mozilla, okay, SendGrid, like Udemy, like there are multiple companies are using Python, sir. Please make sure you believe Python. Definitely Python is going to provide food for you, man. Okay, definitely Python is going to provide good career for you people, right? Okay, that's all.